Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. I think this is going to be a really good episode. Later on in the show, we're going to have Brooks Reynolds, the bacon champion himself, 13-time largest bacon festival host in the world. And he's always got some fun things to say. Local Des Moines guy, throws a really good party. He's got some things brewing for the state fair this year, so that'll be fun. We got a lot of news, some bad news right away with the Drake Bulldogs, unfortunately.
Yeah. Do you want to go right away of sports?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Did you see that?
Roman Penn will undergo surgery. It will set up the remaining of the season. Unfortunately, that includes the NCAA tournament. Tough luck for the Bulldogs. I mean, 2 years ago the Drake Bulldogs had a phenomenal run. I think they're number one. They're number one in the Missouri Valley Conference, and they were playing the managers at one point in the MVC tournament. And it sounds like this is starting to be another situation.
Yeah, they lost their top scorer and second leading rebounder. And now they've lost Penn, and it's going to be tough, which sucks because they've been playing super well. They split with Loyola Chicago's a top 25 ranked team. They take down Evansville. They got another game today, which will have been a couple days ago by the time this releases. But it's hard to win when everyone's getting hurt.
Yeah, the tough problem about that is there's never a good time to get an injury, at least a season-ending injury, but they're getting it towards the end of the season. So now the team has to cope with that towards the end of the season after they've been riding together. If this were to happen early in the season, maybe the team could readjust, find a way to cope with it, kind of move forward, and then gain some momentum instead of having all the momentum in the world, which the Drake Bulldogs certainly have leading into the MVC tournament. Now they suffer their starting point guard, arguably their facilitator of the season, out with injury. So
yeah,
this is terrible timing.
Terrible timing
for a tournament.
Late in the season, have to readjust basically how you play the whole game and your whole game plan. Speaking of adjusting, I think the Iowa Hawkeyes have found their groove and have adjusted very well mid-season after kind of a skid.
Yes, I'm officially canceling January. The Hawks are 3-0 with my mustache, 4-0 since I sounded the alarm. Fran has figured some things out. That being said, McMarch and March Caffrey is still up there. Always a little iffy when it comes to tournament time, but man, 4 straight wins for the Hawkeyes in February. Two road wins have combined like 45 points versus Michigan State and Wisconsin, which is just you got to be happy with that performance, especially in a cannibalism Big Ten conference this year.
Yeah.
I'm feeling great.
All of the wins are big, especially at this time of year. Penn State had been playing everybody very close, and they did the same to the Hawks, and they looked like a team that was going to have grit, and the kind of grit that wins games in March, especially the NCAA tournament. But before they get there, they've got Ohio State, Wisconsin, I think one more time, Michigan. So tough teams, but they look like the kind of team that's going to compete well Big Ten tournament in March Madness.
Wieskamp kind of cooled off, but as expected, he was shooting an astonishing 67% from three-point leading up to this game and the last four games or so. But it's good to see CJ Frederick come off. I mean, actually play a full game, not just play a full game, but really make a huge impact, hitting his deep twos, making buzzer beaters from the three. It's just as he did at Wisconsin too. It's good to have him. He's this consistent player.
Yeah. He's so exciting when he's on fire. Him and Wieskamp can both catch fire. They started off hot, kind of hit a cold spell, and then played very well in the second half. And we got to see Luka Garza, the new all-time Iowa leading scorer, take the record from Roy Marble.
Yeah, it just thinks that we can't see that in person, but what an astonishing! I mean, he's imprinted himself as an all-time Hawkeye, the greatest Hawkeye to ever play at the University of Iowa, and past Roy Marble, and still a lot of season left for him to only add to that total chart. But Jordan Bohanna called out on this podcast, said, "Hey, he's like, I guarantee you that I will give the assist to Garza for him to break the record." So
he did.
Good call. Yep, and he did. And they said what would really been neat is if that were the same assist for Jordan Bohanna to break the all-time assist record at Iowa. I know he was 8 leading into the Penn State game. I'm not sure how many assists he has, but just a few. I'm sure he'll get it next game.
Yeah, I needed 8. I think he probably got a few. And what do you think is in store for the game on Thursday? They got it moved from the last game of the season to now this upcoming Thursday. It'll be a day after this podcast release. What do you think about Michigan?
this is the biggest week in Iowa basketball history. Thursday at number 3, Michigan, and Sunday at number 4, Ohio State. And of course, all of our big games this season happen to be on the road. Like, we only played Michigan once. I guess we did play Ohio State twice when they came down to Iowa and they just couldn't miss. But we only played Illinois once. I would have liked to see us play all 3 of these teams twice. And really, if you're going to compete for the best in the Big Ten. But dude, did you watch the Ohio State Michigan game?
Didn't. I got to watch the box score. I think I texted you that Jeremy was watching Beverly Hills Ninja, so I had to watch on the box score. But it looked like it was back and forth all game. Like, both teams looking pretty legit right now.
That was a scary shooting performance. I don't know how Iowa can. I don't think Iowa wins this game.
That's your prediction.
Yeah, I think Iowa loses by 10 to 12 points at Michigan, and that's if we have a decent shooting performance. If Michigan shoots like they did against Ohio State, nobody in the country, I don't think, stands a chance. That was a scary performance.
So in your opinion, Michigan deserves to be number 3, your top 3 teams in the nation.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. I did. Early in the season, I had them overranked, but they've shut me up. They clearly benefited from the rest from the COVID pause too. I've seen Iowa kind of shoot the similar way, but as of my understanding, Michigan's just a little more athletic, a little deeper in the guard position, a little more length on the guard position, quicker, and they can shoot relatively the same as good as Iowa. So I think their overall lateral quickness and this physical ability will peak Iowa, and especially being on the home court advantage, 10 points Michigan. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, with the way that we're rolling, I'm excited to watch it. Not sure if I'm going to put out an official prediction because I really haven't had a good chance to watch Michigan play. But the way the Hawks are playing right now, I'm going to be optimistic. I might throw a few dollars down still for the Hawks, even though they didn't cover the spread yesterday. I don't know. I think we can compete with anybody when we're playing well. I wouldn't say that Penn State was our best game. Wisconsin looked like the best we can play, like clicking on all cylinders. If we're playing like that, I think we compete with the top 5 teams in the nation.
Yeah. And then at number 4, I think we need to win one of these though. Agreed. I think we should. I think we might sneak out one of these. Hopefully, I'm just guessing it'll be the one at Ohio State. We played them somewhat close at Carver, but like I said, that was just an all-night performance for Ohio State that night too. But they proved it throughout the rest of the season. Like they're very well capable of shooting.
Yeah, they're really gritty. Did Ohio State drop at all in the rankings?
They just flip-flopped.
Okay,
from 3 to 4, or is
Michigan was 3?
Oh yeah. No, so they stay the same. So Michigan's number 4, Iowa's number 9.
Cool. Yeah, we're slowly creeping back up into that top 10. Anything else on the basketball front? I feel good. I mean,
Iowa State still somehow has a basketball program, but that's it. That's all you need to know about the Iowa State Cyclones.
Kansas is starting to look better.
The Blue Bloods kind of came live this weekend. Duke getting a win, Kentucky getting a win, which is, I kind of like that. You need, because they're the villains. You need the villains to be good. This year, there's really no villain. So I need to hate Duke. If I'm not hating Duke, this year's been too easy to hate on Duke. I don't like that. I want Duke to be relatively good so I can hate them for them being Duke. And this year it's just been too easy to be hating on Duke.
I know. They just don't look like none of those like top tier programs look like the normal program.
But that being said, this weekend was just a ball out weekend for college basketball. It makes me sorry that March is officially here. March Madness is so right around the corner. It's going to be one hell of a year. Big news. Indianapolis has announced that they will be allowing 20% for the all NCAA, 20% attendance for all NCAA tournament games this year at the March Madness.
Really? Okay, cool. That's more than anyone's really had, I think. Like most people are just doing family.
I know Big 12 tournament is allowing 20% people too. Big 10's also been a little strict this year. Obviously from football, you could tell that too. So I'm assuming that you probably won't allow any attendance other than family or guests, a few guests like that. But it is good news to hear that the March Madness will be allowing some spectators for the game.
It just sucks. Like things like the records breaking, and then obviously like big games. I feel like even a game like Penn State, like the Carver Hawkeye Arena is going to go nuts.
Oh, especially on a Sunday. Yep, the
record breaking day.
Gosh, it just sucks that we can't be there for senior night to give him, J-Bo, and all the. Who else is a senior on our team leaving this year? That's basically it.
I was looking through it. Like we're gonna have Wieskamp, Toussaint, CJ. Keegan Murray. We got a lot of young guys.
If Wieskamp stays.
Garza, Bohannon, who else? Not too many guys I don't think are really leaving. That
I can't think off the top of my head. This is Garza and Jabo, but honestly, if Wieskamp continues to play like the level he's at right now, he's going to continue to test the waters in the NBA, which you can, and possibly we'll see how. I mean, if they make a deep run in the March, I can definitely see him entering the portal. I mean, not the portal, but the draft this year. So we'll have to keep our eye on that. Basketball was great this weekend, but the March Madness is right on the corner. You and I had a football game, February, the Dome.
Yep, they kicked off. We did promote a little bit of that on the Snapchat. I didn't see much of. I didn't even see the result. In all honesty, I think did the Panthers prevail?
No, they lost. They lost to SCSU. It was number 2 versus number 3 versus 6, or number 2 versus number 6. You and I was 2-3. But SCSU came in, and I think they won by 3 or 4, 26-23, I believe.
Gotcha. So they're just kicking off.
27-23.
Will they have a season in the fall again?
That's a good question. That's a quick turnaround. I would assume so.
I think
because they have to play FCS schools like to play Division I schools to get their big paycheck. So I would assume they'll just readjust when it comes back to the fall season. But I think this is kind of a good thing for FCS this year. Not typically in the spotlight because they're overshadowed by the big Division I. So this kind of gives them a laid back time for people who are like, I can watch a little bit of football. Our only option is watch some FCS schools. So good for them. Unfortunately, they're going to run in the March Madness here soon, though.
I won't be watching a lot of whatever Missouri Valley Conference football. I don't think that's on the cards for me. But
I was interested for the first game, and after that, I'm like, I think I'm good for now.
Yeah. There's almost
start over and listen out there though. That's FCS.
Yeah, it's just hard to get excited about anything other than FCS football. Did Zach Kibbe get any playing time?
I noticed that he is not the punter anymore, which is terrible. I think that's heartbreaking. He's just on special teams, punt cover, punt return, kickoff. Return. Yeah. So I haven't checked the stats, but I'm sure he's did a few silly things out there, messing around with the opposing team.
So are you getting ready for Florida?
Yeah, dude. So I was getting ready for Florida, and then I see all these freaking United Airlines Boeing planes blowing up in the sky. I've seen you not hear about this?
No, I did not.
It didn't blow up, but their engine blew up in the middle of the sky. United Airlines, like 777 Boeing, flew out of Denver this last week, and there's a scary video of it. There's a person who was just taking a video of the engine. It was just shattered in flames while they're up in the sky. Pieces were falling down from the helicopter. This huge structure from the engine fell on someone's house, and pieces are all it was bad. So I'm like, shit, bro. Like, I'm not really scared of planes, but I've seen like 3 things this weekend about planes. That, and I think some other people have mentioned things. So let's see if I get to Florida.
Yeah, we'll see if you.
Well, most people say the best time to fly is right after a plane crash.
Oh yeah, statistically,
so I'm good.
Yeah, it's like when somebody wins or loses in blackjack, you should almost like double down, just because the statistic would say like you're not gonna have a bunch of crashes in a row.
Right. So I think I'm going to be, I'm excited to go to Florida, but right now, Bryce, I feel like I'm in Florida with this 35-degree weather.
That's great. It's a completely different vibe from the last 2 weeks. We were down on ourselves a little bit from, all kinds of we had bad holidays coming up. It was super cold. Now it's starting to feel like spring again. And I think it's going to stay. Pumped.
Yep. We're going to get ready for the big slush fest, but yeah, it's 35 degrees today and it feels absolutely amazing.
What is the 1% nacho theory? What's going on there?
Yeah. So Bryce, ready? You weigh 99 pounds. You eat 1 pound of nachos. Are you 1% nacho?
Say that again. I'm so confused.
You're 99 pounds. Okay.
Yeah.
You eat 1 pound of nachos. Does that make you 1% nacho?
Yeah, for the time being. Until that nacho goes through your system, I think you're some percentage of nacho.
Okay, so that's confirmed. And
what does that come from? I just saw the note.
Absolutely nothing. I just saw on Twitter. I just want to ask you it.
I mean, I like it. I think it's a good. Well, I think about that a lot. Like the amount of eggs that my roommates consume.
Jeremy eats so much flipping eggs. I literally can't eat eggs because how much Jeremy eats eggs.
It's disgusting. And it makes me think of how much of his body composition is egg.
Yeah.
That's just a weird thought, but I think you're onto something there. I don't know who tweeted it, but I think you're a percentage of
a bar of soap hits a dirty floor. Is the floor clean? Or is the soap dirty?
That could almost be like a saucy question of the week.
That's,
Put it out on the polls. I
yeah.
can't tell you. I think that if you have a dirty, dirty floor, I don't think that soap's going to stand a chance.
No. Yeah. So my answer earlier when I was answering to myself was the soap is dirty.
Yeah. Well, I'm like 1%.
A lot of dirty floor versus the soap.
I'm 1% alcohol after all the drinks I consumed during yesterday's Hawkeye game. But they made it well worth it. That was entertaining. Okay, your next note after the 1% nacho is shout out to Tanner from the gym.
Yeah, shout out to Tanner from the gym. My new membership over here at the gym, Fit Courts, Cedar Falls. Tanner works there, and he called me out. He said, "Hey, I listen to your podcast." So
cool.
Tanner from Belmont. Shout out to Tanner, cool dude. Gave me an air pump to pump up my basketball. And
nice.
Yep.
So Fit Courts look like a good time. So here's an interesting thing. I sent you a snap about a week or two ago. First time I was shooting a basketball in a long time. That was at the Lifetime Fitness Center in Urbandale, Iowa. We're checking that out. I've been a longtime member of Anytime Fitness. I was checking out because they've got like a sauna and they've got a basketball court and outdoor pool and all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's time to switch. Sounds kind of similar to what Fit Courts has going on. The day after that, Darren and I go and visit it, Mike Tyson's there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it freaking Mike Tyson?
we literally were getting a tour of the place a day before Mike Tyson visits.
Oh,
like, can you imagine that? Seeing that in Urbandale, Iowa, all of a sudden you're working out and Mike Tyson's there.
Yeah, it's so random. I think he had like his daughter was playing tennis at Drake or something that weekend, so that's why he was there or that week.
Gotcha. So he was just finding a place to work out for the day, and it happens to be Lifetime.
No, I don't think his intention was to fly to Urbandale and then work out a Life Fitness. But no, yeah.
It's like, so what's one spot I can go to and just like surprise the hell out of everyone? Urbandale. That's funny. I didn't know that his daughter's playing tennis. I figured it was some, event or something, maybe a business thing, but it sounds like family.
Yep.
I didn't even look into it. Someone told me that. I'm like, we were literally there like a day ago, and it's the first time I'd ever even been in the building. So
yeah,
that would have been cool.
I heard that on Keith Murphy's podcast.
Really?
I'm like, shit. And then I was talking to Jeremy. He's like, yeah, I think Bryce was there like the day after.
Yeah.
All right, Bryce, we have a huge, I don't know if you're ready for this. You are 0-2. I am the reigning disputed champion when it comes to our weekly drafts. The first draft was top 5 Christmas movies. Last week's draft was top cereals, and I prevailed both of them through our polls on Instagram and Twitter. Although Facebook is kind of a heated area for me, I get some saucy feedback on some of my lists, and they seem.
I feel like you still win on Facebook. I just think that there's a few old ladies that just kind of dog on you every time.
There's just a few comments that just dog right on me, but
I think you still win.
Okay, well, I think this is arguably our biggest draft. We're gonna go losers first. Yeah, I'll go ahead. You know the rules of the draft. You do 1, I go 2, 3. You got 4, 5. I mean, vice versa. So, boom. Go ahead, Bryce.
Yeah, and I think that the key for me is to finish stronger than I have in the last 2 drafts. I thought I liked my first 2 cereals. I think I like my first 2 Disney movies.
Yes. So this week's draft is Disney Pixar top 5. So go ahead.
I'm going to start with Lion King.
Yep, I knew that was off the board. I didn't even put that on my list because I knew that'd be the first one coming off.
That's my favorite movie ever. So like that's not even just Disney.
You've been arguing for that case for a long time because I've actually never seen the original. You've been on my ass about that.
Oh, you have
I've only seen the remake one with like Seth Rogen commentating in the back.
Yeah, I didn't even see that one. So it's just the old school. What do you got?
I got Toy Story. It's number 1 for me.
Okay, that takes one off my board. I'll have to replace that with something.
That's good. That means we're taking each other. We must have similar picks here. This could be a competitive one. Wait,
number 2.
I got 2 now. Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, cool. I'm glad. That was not on mine.
I love Beauty and the Beast.
It is pretty funny. I really like that tea kettle.
Oh shit. Go ahead.
Last week, my number 2 is one that we just watched last week. It put us in a great mood for the rest of the week. I think we watched it on a Monday night. You will be in my heart. I think I got the lyrics right. Tarzan.
Oh, dude, how did I forget about Tarzan?
Dude,
Bro, you're
Tarzan,
killing me in this draft. But every time I say that, I somehow win.
you need to watch Tarzan again. It's almost better now that I'm older.
That's what I'm saying. Every time I go back and rewatch these Disney movies, like I hated Beauty and the Beast when I was growing up. Hated it. Would have been my least favorite. Now I go back and watch them. Like now I love it.
Yep. Okay, so that puts
Tarzan. Damn.
Number 3, Aladdin.
No. God, that was my next one, bro. I lost. That was my only chance was Aladdin.
I really like Aladdin. Jafar, the genie. I think who's the genie? Robin Williams. God, Robin Williams kills that role. That's just an all-timer.
I'm done. I lost, but we're gonna finish. Damn. Okay. Monsters Inc. Number 3 for me.
Okay.
And then Finding Nemo.
Nice. That's a pretty good finish. Finding Nemo is going to be one of those that keeps you in the game.
I hope so. Bro, yeah, Lion King, Tarzan, Aladdin. Slaughtered.
Hercules.
I've never seen Hercules.
I think you'd enjoy Hercules too. That one has another classic character. Like his mentor in that movie is a very famous actor, voice actor. That one I would recommend as well.
Okay, have you seen I don't think I'm gonna assume that neither one of us had this on our list, but Pinocchio. You're not gonna.
It's not on my list.
Okay, everyone has that like rated like number 1.
Who?
Is it good? A lot of people have.
Okay.
It's not. I was gonna say, like, no one's ever recommended me to watch Pinocchio.
No, Pinocchio is super like mid-tier Disney in my opinion. Like it doesn't even compare to like even Finding Nemo. I don't think we're touching on any, like, does like Frozen and Princess and the Frog and all those count? Like I think that we're gonna like a lot of ours are guy oriented. I think we're gonna miss out. Like Little Mermaid is one of them. Mulan. Like I think
Beast.
that's true. That's true. So I'm gonna round out with just to get a little bit of female leads in there. Little Mermaid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shattered.
Honorable mentions. You got any honorable mentions?
Yeah. I gotta pick my 5, and I have an honorable mention for sure. I'm going with Moana.
Cool.
Moana. I like Moana a lot. And then my honorable mention would be Frozen.
Yeah, Frozen's pretty solid. I watched that way later, like 2 years after it came out with my cousins, and it was pretty good. Dude, Disney doesn't miss. They're so good.
Mm-hmm.
Treasure Planet is like an honorable mention. Darian made me watch that the other week, and that was pretty good. If you haven't seen that, that was entertaining.
I just watched a new one last week. Tangled.
Oh, Tangled's pretty good.
Tangled. Yeah. You seen Tangled?
Yeah, long time ago.
Good. Okay, I just watched it last week. It was pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, Disney. I could go on and on. I like that was a good draft. That was fun.
Damn. I'm already gonna congratulate you on this one.
Cool. Well, you know what? I'm gonna try and take at least one, so it can be a 1-2. If I can't win any of these, then it's almost not even worth doing. But I do like the Hey, what's up, Brooks? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's going on?
Cool. Welcome to the Iowa Chill Show. What are you doing today?
I am at a test kitchen right now, and we are testing some different things for the upcoming Iowa State Fair. I'm with my food rep, Albert Kundakian, with Cisco.
Hell of a name.
How's it going, Albert?
What's going on, guys?
This is Iowa Chill.
Iowa Chill.
So they're doing a little video pod. What is this exactly again?
Yeah. Yep. Podcasts and YouTube show.
Yeah, podcast, YouTube show. So yeah, Albert's kind of helping us with. So we're going to try different breads, buns, all that type of stuff. We've got some more stuff, but they're kind of getting stuff ready. But we're just like, yeah. Oh, look at this right here. What's that? Is that for the roast pork?
Roast pork butts.
Nice.
Yeah, roast
Shit.
That looks good.
Oh my gosh, this
I made the rub this morning.
smells delicious. That's one of the hard things about is flavor development. You got to make sure that all the flavors are delicious, and I got to eat them. I got to try them.
Yeah, what a tough job you're in. So I kind of gave you a brief introduction. I might as well do it again just in case we have to cut some things while we were waiting for you to come on. But I've touted that you are the 13-time largest bacon festival in the Midwest, maybe in the world. You've recently, which is kind of what you're doing today, acquired a spot at the state fair, and that has led you into a career of taste and flavor development. And what else are you up to?
Yeah, I think, I mean, it kind of sucks. We're kind of on hold right now just because of everything that's going on with COVID, but we're getting ready to, hopefully get our festivals back up and going. The Blue Ribbon Bacon Festival obviously is our baby here in Des Moines, but, I was just in Colorado last week. We're trying to get our Keystone Bacon and Bourbon Festival hopefully going. You just got to wait and see what's going on. I mean, we're in the process of, planning for things, but it's kind of, you just don't know what's going to happen. We're hoping our bike rides are gonna happen. Aren't we gonna get an Iowa Chill bike team?
Yeah, that needs to happen this year. I've wanted to do RAGBRAI for a long time. It's always been conflicting. I was pumped about doing the Iowa's ride last year, and that gets canceled obviously due to the state of everything. And yeah, we kind of need to get that going.
You got to give me a year of notice though.
You can
start
be
training.
Ready. Start training.
You don't need a year. I'll start training. We need to get you boys some good bike.
That's for a year for drinking beer. That's right. Not for the exercise itself, but we're gonna hammer some beers on the trip.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
The balance becomes an issue. I'm okay with having a few brews and then exercising, but it's really like the bike especially is a little bit tough. The balance.
That's why you got to ride early and just get all the miles out of your way before noon. And then, you can cruise the last 15, 20 miles.
Right. So I was going to ask too, how have you kind of adjusted with coronavirus and being in the event space?
We really haven't. We've canceled everything, basically. It's unfortunate. I mean, last year's Bacon Fest at March 7th was really the last big event in central Iowa. You see football games that have people, but it's like for our event, we're kind of we have 5, 6, 7,000 people in a small space, so it's just tough for us to do an event of that size and be safe. So that's our first. We want safety first, and so it's kind of, we've unfortunately had to shutter a lot of our events, and 2020 was not a good year, but we're hoping things are going to kind of come back up and open up again, and we're most likely going to try to do Bacon Fest in the fall of some sort, some nature. We're not sure what that's going to look like. Our bike rides, I'm pretty sure are going to happen because those are outside and we can spread out a lot easier than being in a confined indoor space. Sure. Obviously our international events aren't going to happen in 2020. We were going to be in Japan for about 3 weeks in October for our Porktober promotion with a couple local companies, Iowa Pork and U.S. Pork and the United States Meat Export Federation and Berkwood Farms. But unfortunately with, Japan is a little more conservative, I would say, on opening back up. And, I don't even think the Olympics are going to happen this year, unfortunately, which it's just sad to hear. But, we just, again, we got to monitor things and try to stay on top and see what's going to happen and see what we can do to, hopefully have a safe and fun event in the future.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that safety is the key there. And, we did have some loosened restrictions in Des Moines, which allowed us to have an event in early August. And we even felt like that was kind of pushing it. But we're really definitely looking forward to the state fair this year. I keep hearing more and more good things about the, pushing to make that happen and pushing to have, the right safety precautions put in place, but also still, have a good time and make sure that we can still get that going. But again, it's probably one of those put the ear to the ground and hope for the best.
Right.
You're starting a podcast as well.
Yeah, we're going to kind of dabble into that. It's going to be, I guess, a food-based podcast, talk about more food stuff and probably stuff at the fair. I mean, now that JR South Fork Ranch is now going to be a permanent fixture inside the Iowa State Fairgrounds, we just thought, the fair has there's so many vendors and people that are, involved with what it takes to make the Iowa State Fair happen. And the content that's available is just amazing. I mean, I was at the Iowa Beef Expo this weekend and just met a lot of fun, interesting characters. And And there's the Beef Expo, there's the National Junior Rodeo, there's the World Pork Expo, there's all sorts of stuff. And there's like Eric Campbell from Campbell's Concession. There's just so many other people that you can get in touch with and just again hear their stories. And that's what we want to do, is we want to share as much things as we can about the Iowa State Fair, and again, just celebrate what the greatest fair in the United States.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's going to be an awesome platform for you. You're a very you're great at networking kind of guy, but it really just gives you an opportunity to have those conversations, meet somebody, and you guys will have a blast with it. Who else is going to be on that show with you? Or is that just going to be something that you do?
I'm not sure yet. I'll hopefully try to find. I might get my buddy Grant Taylor. Grant is a fifth generation concessionaire at the Iowa State Fairgrounds. His family is Campbell's Concessions. They are the longest contract with inside the Iowa State Fairgrounds. That his family has had a contract at the Iowa State Fair for over 100 years. And just the stories that from his family alone. I mean, you could do that for, that could be hours upon hours of stuff, but I'll have somebody who's fun and just kind of go from there.
Yeah, for sure. There's always crazy stuff happening at the fair, I'm sure. And I've heard of some of your guys' after parties and whatnot. And it sounds like there could be all kinds of things you could dive into there. Nate, do you have any questions for Brooks?
Yeah. For people not watching this on YouTube or just listening on Apple or Spotify, Brooks has the full look right now. He has the cowboy hat, the beard. He looks like he's a straight out of the Western culture. Brooks, known as the Bacon King. I just made it up myself. I'm not sure if that's actually your nickname, but Brooks, what's the most bacon you've eaten in one sitting?
The most I've eaten one sitting. Shoot, I don't know. I like to have probably eight pieces of bacon on my BLT, and I think one time I had 3 BLTs, so that's got to be at least, is that 24 slices of bacon?
That's pretty nice. Yeah, that's good.
I can't eat that much quantity anymore. I go for more quality.
Fair enough.
That could be 1.5 pounds of bacon.
Okay. My brother ate a pound of bacon one time in high school before I went to high school. He got so sick he couldn't go to school that day. So I don't know if that happened to you.
No, didn't happen.
You're seasoned. All right.
So you've never been in the bacon eating contest at the Bacon Festival?
No. No.
Leave that to the professionals.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I was under the impression that there would be a festival in May, which would have been maybe a little bit more timely to promote everything. But if you do have that in the fall, I look forward to going. That's been a fun thing to be at and be a little bit of a part of the last couple of years. It's a great party. Anything else that you want to promote today or, talk about?
Well, we may have some collaborations coming up. We may have to announce that at a later date.
Yeah, for sure.
No, things are coming together. Hey, we're just, again, hopefully we can get stuff going here in the spring and summer, and hopefully everything's kind of back to normal by the Iowa State Fair. So that's kind of our big thing.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for too. And when we do get a little bit closer to that point, let's definitely have you get back on and we can talk about what we're planning for that. All
right, buddy. Well, hey, I appreciate you having me on, guys.
Yeah. Enjoy your food development, flavor development.
Right. Yeah.
We'll catch you soon.
See ya.
Well, did he look the part?
He looked exactly the part.
He's the man. He's doing a lot of crazy stuff. He's never sitting around. He couldn't even sit down for the Zoom portion of this call, which I just respect the hustle a lot. But yeah, we have some cool stuff coming up with Brooks. I'm looking forward to that for the state fair, but probably get into more of that later on, especially
he's a guy that I just want to sit down at the end of a bar and just have a few beers with and eat some sandwiches.
Yeah, it'll be more than a few.
I didn't talk.
Yeah. We were, I think, having a meeting maybe a month ago, and we walked into a bar and he's like, "Oh, you got to come here. This guy won this award. And as soon as the guy walks in, he throws Brooks a shot from across the bar. And he's like, "You want one too?" Throws me another one. Then we eat our sandwich. He's like, "Here you go." Slams a beer down. Like, he just knows, like, Brooks comes in here and doesn't mess around.
It's a flex being with Brooks.
Yeah.
I would enjoy his presence.
Yeah. You would enjoy. You guys would have some good conversations. Well, are we good for the show? You got to get to an oil appointment, right?
Yep. I gotta fix out the oil change. I'm low. I got my 3%.
Yeah, I'm getting that on Wednesday.
All right, right on.
Cool. All right, let's have a week.
Yep. Peace out, Bryce.
Peace.